Hello everyone. It is Jackie with Pocket of Preschool, and tonight I am going to show you the brand new My Body and Teeth Science Unit and kind of see part of him behind me, a little skeleton anchor chart. So basically, I just released this weekend the new My Body and Teeth Science Unit, and you can grab it in my Teachers Pay Teacher store. Go to the top of this post, and the link is right there. And I lumped teeth and body together because some of the activities you can do for either theme, and I didn't want to break it up and have their activities repeated and you have to buy the same thing twice. Like there's like a healthy food sort, and you can use that for teeth, or you can use it for your body theme, or maybe you just do like a month of a My Body and Teeth theme, and maybe you do it together. So that's kind of why I lumped it together, but you can definitely, I know a lot of teachers do teeth in February, and a lot of teachers do like a health theme more in November around Thanksgiving, with everybody eating so much and talking about like healthy foods and how to keep your body healthy thing. It has also been added to the Little Learners Science Curriculum Bundle. So if you own that, just download it again. Just go on TPT, download the bundle again, and your new unit will be there. So I'm going to flip it around and show you guys the new unit in action, and it's so fun. Ready? Okay, going to make you dizzy for just a minute. Okay, so here is my science table, and just like all the other units, I wanted to make it interactive at a science table or a science center so kids can put their hands on things and touch and feel. And the My Body theme, it's a little bit trickier because obviously it's their body. But I found activities you can do. That way they are actually doing an activity and not just looking at pictures. So I have, and this table is set up for more of a like bones and body parts like setup. But there's other things. I'll show you that in just a second. But this is one way you can set up the table. And there's pictures of this in the unit. There are vocabulary cards with every unit. And these are the real life. Well, actually, sorry. So some of these, I did actually use clip art because some of the real life photographs for the heart, I was afraid it would gross the kids out. Especially, or maybe the teachers if you're a person who doesn't like blood and guts. So there are clip art, but then I tried to use real images for other things. So there are vocabulary cards, and then there is a read aloud, and you can print it big or small. And this is the My Body read aloud. There's also a tooth read aloud, and there are tooth vocabulary cards, so I'll show you that in just a second. So this is the one activity, and you can use it with a baby doll, or you can actually have the kiddos lay down, and they can label each other, or they can label you. So basically it's just these are just little cards. And actually I put that bumpy side of Velcro on because if you can see, it sticks. So if the kids are labeling each other, like here, whoops, I dropped something. So if they're labeling you, like ignore my black socks and those shoes. If you have the Velcro on it, it sticks. So if they're labeling each other and use the bumpy side and they have like pants on, it'll stick. That way they can label each other with these little fabulous body part cards. And yeah, so it's a really fun interactive way to learn about all the different parts of their body, or you can put a baby doll in the center and they can label it that way. And then I have an interactive skeleton. And basically I just took Q-tips, and they can make the skeleton by using the cut up Q-tips. To help them know that there are lots and lots of bones in their little itty bitty bodies. And then I have some real x-rays, so they can use the magnifying glass and examine the x-rays, and I put the name of the body part on there just in case. But they're pretty obvious, like there's the head and the foot and the hand. So I did super obvious ones, and the ribs. And then there are journals, so there's a science journal and with covers, or you can just put out the journal pages, whichever one you want to do. And there are pages with 2 lines, there's pages with 1 line, and there's pages with a dotted line. So use what you need to use for your kiddos. To kind of go along with the skeleton chart, there is a skeleton anchor chart that you can do with your kiddos. And I did put the individual bone pieces on the labels. And you guys have been requesting this, so I added a label my skeleton recording page for the kiddos to do. And then I'm going to turn it around. Sorry guys, don't get dizzy on me. So here is some of the healthy activities. So there's a healthy food sort, and you can just use some of your food from your Dramatic Play Center. That way they're sorting real items, well, kind of real items, fake real items, right? And then there's also word cards, so that way if you want them to just sort these, that's fine, or you can add food from your pretend center. And then you can also make that into like an interactive, like, what's it called? Like a file folder or just interactive sort where they have Velcro pieces on them. And again, there's a recording page. There's another option too in there where they can use a magazine. And then you can also make it into a food sort anchor chart. That way you can do this with the whole class or during small group time. So that is kind of the healthy food sort, which you could use with a teeth theme or a my body theme. And then I also have kind of like the life cycle of people sort. So I just have some real photographs, and they can sort if it's a baby, if it's a child, and if it's an adult. So just sorting all the different cards. And you can also request to have your students bring in pictures, and maybe you want them to bring in pictures of just their parents, or maybe their grandparents, or maybe them, or maybe they have a little baby brother or sister. They can bring in those and they can sort each other and the people in their classroom, or you can put pictures of the teachers in your school in there, your principal, and they can sort those to make it more meaningful for them. And again, more recording pages. This one you can use with magazine pictures. This one they can just draw. And I have a pre-K kiddo at my house, so he tries everything out for me to make sure that all of this works before I release it to you guys. And then another thing that's really important is exercise. So I went ahead and made some exercise time it sheets, so they can do, I just got these little sand timers. This one's just 1 minute. It's from the dollar store, I think. But you can, I'm sure, get them online or on Amazon or whatever. But they just set the timer, and then they do jumping jacks, and they count how many. And then you can also have them do the exercise and sort if it's easy or if it's hard. So maybe like jumping is easy, but maybe squats are hard. So that's a fun way to include exercise in the My Body theme. And there are like a time sheet with a stopwatch or a clock. So if you want to, if you have like iPads in your classroom and you have an app that's a timer, that's a great way to integrate technology, and they can use the iPad or Chromebook to time it. And then I have a healthy habits anchor chart. So basically all the different ways, things they can do to keep their body healthy, like flossing, taking a bath, wearing sunglasses, wearing sunscreen, doing puzzles to help their brain, exercise, healthy foods, all that. And then if you have the time it sheets up, you can also make it into like a little book ring, and you can have this at the science table when you are doing the time it sheets. And I teach a pre-K, I teach a 3, 4, and 5-year-old mixed preschool age. So I have 3, 4, and 5-year-olds in my classroom. But I know a lot of teachers in preschool are using these units, and all the way up some first grade teachers are even using these units. And then I have a germ experiment, the classic experiment where you have all the kiddos wipe their hands on the bread, and I stepped on this, so that's why it's a little flat in the middle. So, so they just wash their hands, and then they wipe it on the bread, and then they don't wash their hands, and then they wipe it on the bread, and then they can see what grows. And now this experiment turned out different. It does sometimes take a week and a half, depending on like the humidity in your classroom, how dirty it is. You can also do different kinds of dirty hands experiments. Maybe you want to walk around and like wipe this on like the sink, or maybe like things in the bathroom, not the toilet, but you could wipe it on like the doorknobs and things like that. and see, compare and contrast how much grows, how much yummy stuff grows, and then they can predict what will happen to the clean hands bread and the dirty hands bread, and then what happened afterwards, what happened to the clean and what happened to the dirty hand bread. It was really funny. I was doing this with my pre-K kiddo, and he said he thought the dirty bread was going to shrink, which that was a really interesting prediction. So their predictions often are very interesting, aren't they? And then I have some germ observation pages, one where they can write, and then one where they can just draw what happened. And then I'm going to scoot you guys over. Oh, and then let me see if I can grab it. There is also a parent note for like the My Body theme. And then, so here is all the teeth stuff. Look at how fun this is, guys. So much fun. So I did the parts of a tooth. So there's an anchor chart, and then with the pieces, and I actually laminate all my anchor charts. That way I can just literally take the charts apart and reuse them next year, so I can save ink and save paper. And even if I don't use them every year, at least I have them prepped and ready to go for whenever I'm going to use them. And then I have the one-page poster and a student recording page. And then there are teeth vocabulary cards, a teeth read aloud book. There's teeth journals and journal covers. And again, there's the 3 different kinds with the 3 different lines. A teeth little mini poster about all the teeth and then what ages they come in and then what they look like. And then I also have a teeth x-ray. And then this is really fun. I'm going to sit on the ground. Sorry, it'll be bumpy for a minute. So I wanted something to be interactive. So I made some teeth, and this is again styrofoam egg carton. You can also use those big plastic Legos, but basically what the kiddos do is they draw and make the tooth dirty with a dry erase marker, and then they take Play-Doh and stick it in between. And then this might not work because I'm one-handed here, but they basically like brush it clean. It's hard to do one-handed, but they brush it clean with the toothbrush. Here, we'll pretend this is my toothbrush. So they brush it clean, and then if you grab some of that plastic lacing string or plastic string, then they can do this. Maybe I can do it right-handed. I don't know. But they would floss and get it out, and then get all the yucky stuff out of their teeth. And I actually had my pre-K kiddo try this, and he was able to do it. It was tricky, but he loved it, and they did it over and over. Him and his brother did it over and over and over. They thought it was so much fun. But I picked green because it's kind of like that minty color. I actually got this at the dollar store. And then I have a rotten teeth. What would happen if you didn't brush your teeth? And they can draw what it would look like if they didn't brush their teeth. So this guy drew a whole bunch of like food and stuff in his, and he said they would be gross, and he drew a sad face. And then there is a recording page, and then just like all the other science units, there are labels. I keep my science units in these iris containers from Michaels. You can also get them on Amazon. And then I'm not a binder girl, but if you are a binder girl, you can put all of your everything in a binder. But I just put it on a book ring, and then here are all the teacher pages. And then I put it on the book ring, and then if there's a student recording page, you can put it behind it. And all of these time it sheets you can use as a recording page too, and have them turn it in. Here's my little guy, and they labeled each other. So yeah, so I just put it all in there, and there's a whole bunch of photographs of it in action. That way you can see what it looks like when you are getting ready. You guys have a fabulous night, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.